We're back here. Disconnected versus Eros, this time on Miragi. Can Disconnected take this one home in 2, or will Eros force out a little bit of nuke? To be fair to Eros, they're a much better Mirage team. They play a lot of it, and they've won it against some pretty solid rosters as well. This is where the Party Astronauts map win comes from. So let's see what they can do here. Rezion. That's one, but the numbers are not looking good, and they are being ripped apart in towards mid. The health is minimal. Body shots at this point will take them out of play. But Omniscient has managed to chew through too. Okay. The players holding connector swing. And swinging, they do die. So now Stanislaus pushing back in towards mid, but he's not seeing anybody. So he's like, hey, what gives? Where'd everyone go? They went into underpass, Stan. They went into underpass. They're headed towards B. They're headed towards your Satan. Oh, no, they're not.
No.
They went underpass into apartments. They're coming back top mid. This is madness here. Eros going for the full around the world, ring around the rosy play. Stanislaus has no clue where to look because how would he?
You don't read this. Stan had an idea that maybe it was a double back, but he shouldn't know this one. He's an A play, at least not yet. When does Eros give this one away? Should just be at the bomb plant, drop down. Any chance to drop something on this cross? Possibly. Stan has one man isolated on the right side, but he doesn't know yet if that other player has wrapped back. Could still be on the boxes, could be back towards spawn. There are questions in Stan's mind, but he's found an isolated player. The discipline, though, Stan waits, finds the first, spots the jump up, and the second should come. The HP is so low, and Stan will amble. Over the top he goes, just waiting to try and find this opportunity. It will be given. The HP low, but Stan whiffs it. Oh no, that's just tragedy for Disconnected. Man advantage. The last two players were 1 HP. It's cut down to a 1v2 and it gets whiffed.
It was a 2v4. It was a 2v4. They just kept swinging. They just kept swinging. And maybe the comms weren't there either. The damage wasn't confirmed because body shots would have sufficed, but Stan wanted the head. I mean, a 2v4 in a pistol round where the two didn't even have much health.
Yeah.
That
is a disappointing round, to say the least.
That's a collapse for Disconnected in a big way. All right. Okay. Eros, nice start here. They're holding for some aggression early on. They're getting players in towards position towards underpass. There's going to be the underpass swing and peak. Don't know that Silas saw anybody. Actually, a decent amount, of utility here on the Disconnected side. So they're ready for this, frankly. This is actually a pretty good Disconnected buy, all things considered. Beaky towards mid is not going to connect that shot. Double scoping at just the worst possible moment. He will miss.
And he will. Will hold this setup towards the B side for Disconnected. 4 players strong, but they execute. Not there. It's over towards A, where the T's are headed. So Delta 9, can he get anything done here? Eagle in hand. But he's holding. Looking for aggression towards the spawn, waiting for his team.
Bomb down, taken away. You attempt the retake, or do you go for the full 5-man save? No, you just got to kill. Don't have a kit, though. Time is definitely of the essence if you're going to go for this. Spermy goes to murder hole right now. He is, in fact, a dead man. There you go. All right. Beaky, what was that movement in towards the jungle? Gets himself a kill. Delta 9 doing further damage. This one's getting expensive. And Silas is looking to clutch things out. He doesn't have time. He cannot win this anymore. So he's going to steal a MAC-10 and run away. Maybe not the most premium of prizes. They certainly did make it expensive here, but considering Disconnected were fully invested, that's not really worth it, is it?
No. Sure, you feel alright about the damage, but Eros got the bomb down. They'll just reinvest straight back on in, and the buy is going to stay feeble for this Disconnected squad. The regrets surely still being felt just a tad from that pistol round. On a silver platter, they swung. The platter fell over, tipped away, and now Eros. A great way to get things started. So there's a Zeus in play. Where is this?
Oh my goodness. Really? Silas with no health. winning that fight, getting some money with a MAC-10 as well. The first player, okay. Oh, the Zeus! The Zeus connected. Beaky gets another! He gets another! He has enough time to Zeus the player, pull out the gun he's just picked up, and get another kill before they react to that. Nobody clearing ladder either.
There's a player boost. Surely they don't check on Spermy. This should be the
Spermy
round over. JT checks it though. He hard clears it, ready on the angle. Silas 1 HP. Stanislaw healthy. He has a gun recovered. And in a good position, JT Mythic has to isolate these duels. Chance. He'll make his way towards bench. Does he spot out the player? Over in the catwalk, he does. And Stanislaw falls. The HP so low, the shot's missed. Now this could be anyone's game. That MAC-10 only needs a single bullet. But so too does JT. How did they win that? How does Eros keep winning these rounds? How is that a round that we just watched in Challenger League?
I am going to lose my mind here. This is madness. This is absolute madness. Alright, okay. Alright. Woof. Alright.
Did that one wake you up?
I'm gonna have to take my concept of reality and throw it out the window. That round made me make noises so concerning that my dog came over to check on me to make sure I was alright. So, that's where we're at as a baseline. I still can't believe Beaky's Zeused a player and managed to get his rifle out with 2 players standing in front of him, get that rifle out, and get another kill before he was killed and traded. That's bonkers.
There's even a world where he gets a second there. Like,
hopefully. I mean, no. I should be.
If there's a world where he gets a Zeus and gets 1, there's a world where he gets a second.
Yeah, you're true. But
we live in a wild, wild world. You have to let go of your perceptions of reality. We're in Alice in Wonderland.
The simulation is off the rails. Speaking of which, here's a boost up on towards bricks. That's always a little bit fun. Offset your aim. Make things a little interesting. Stanislaw up top. Beaky's playing in the market right now. Interesting setup. No one's going to check the bricks boost, so there's one free for Stanislaw. They'll have to give it up. That's a nice kill. Nice opener. It does mean the presence towards A is a little soft, and Silas is going to need to check this, but Shutout's not looking for it. He's more worried about the shutter. And so now he is down for the count. Back turned to the jungle check. They're going to continue to make their way in towards A, it seems, but having not found any kills just yet, they really don't have the numbers to make this easy for themselves. They don't have any smokes either, so they can't isolate any sight lines, which, this is a spoiler for you, Mimi. Shutting down sight lines is really critical to getting out on towards A, so they get torn apart and they're all dead.
That's a big spoiler. I don't know if I'd heard that one before, but apparently, when you use smokes to block vision and you isolate duels, you tend to win them. And unfortunately, that didn't happen for Eros, so there were sight lines and Disconnected shot through them. Simple stuff. But it does work on out. It is astounding to me that the player in jungle does not get checked by the boost up from the window. The loss of that duel is really unfortunate. Sure, it's a 50-50 and you gamble on the wrong horse, but regardless, Ron will slip away. Spermy, Molly down. Probably looking over Brand, but finds one. Blinds will completely take the vision of everyone in the server, and Spermy, he'll take lives. 3 to his name thus far, and the final frag come through off an HE. Second round, easy and done with for Disconnected.
Best thing I can say about this game so far is that this time they're not running it down to 20 seconds before they execute.
That's fair.
But these rounds have looked a little rough. Glocks in this one. They're just going to full waterfall out of Palace, except they don't even have a flashbang for it. So they're just going to run it down out Palace, it looks like. If Delta 9 has his gun out, this will be an easy round for Disconnected. Or if Stan has his gun out. They don't both need to have the guns out. There's actually 3 players here. Only one of them needs to have their gun out when the hit comes through, and this should be alright. Delta 9's even going to go under the balcony. This should really be alright, and they're not going to clear it. So 1, 2, almost a third. They get the bomb plant. They get the bomb plant because there's no one ticket. Everybody who was on A just left A. So, a bomb plant out of the round for Eros is, frankly, a positively phenomenal result considering they had Glocks. I don't know what happened there for Disconnected. They had 3 players towards the site, and then 2 of them wanted to go skipping. Wanted to check mid. And so, Eros do get a bomb plant. That's money into this round.
Money is, in fact, in the bank now. And that loss bonus is built up, so a bit of a cushion to work with, but still you want around here. And it's looking like this one might just be a little bit faster. 4 players towards that B site, 1 contesting in mid. Stanislaw. That stuck for him? No, just a hold. AWP for now. B site will be the one under pressure. At least with this early utility, but still in mid. Disconnected is putting in an emphasis. They don't frequently do, but now it's Spermy again. The man to be pressured in the nade. Oh, it's excellent. Half the HP falling off the CT, and now the angle better. Support in from Stanislaw, and no one's even out. No one's out of apartments just yet. Now they'll fall, but now they'll die. Spermy takes one down, so a 3 versus 3. Sure, site secured, but time has been garnered for Disconnected. They've already rotated in close. 2 players ready just on the other side through the window. Smoke will hide, so
is Stan expecting a player to come into window this late, or is he disconnected? Oh, no, he's back in. Okay. He's made the ladder play. Now he's coming around. A little bit of movement there. He was just waiting to see if someone was still going to be in towards mid. Give him an opportunity. Going to come out and clear it. Doesn't get the kill. Shutout. Nicely timed on the swing back through. And now this becomes very tough for his 2 teammates to get back in. They were really waiting for that catwalk play to develop, to give them an in. They don't have it. They do have kits, so it's a bit more of the clock to play with. Catwalk player can basically be ignored unless you just kill him. It's all going to come down to Delta 9, and he just can't quite get the last. Good hold for JT Mythic. He comes away with a 4K as well to net Eros. The 4th round.
In the lead now for this Eros squad. Disconnected. I mean, it was a good initial hold on that one. Spermy does well to buy time. Teammates rotate on over, but the whole round it was predicated on that play. Over towards the catwalk that came to, well, nothing. Stanislaw taken down, then it was just a desperate attempt, and the desperate measures don't quite work on out. So, again, Eros, they see a gap, they want to exploit it. Early towards B, pressure will again be applied. That's where the bomb's postured.
So we're just going to jump spot this, drop the molly as soon as he sees presence. There's the presence, and he goes to a flash. There's the molly, a little bit late. He's going to still get a kill, isolated the 1 player, so it does actually wind up working out quite nicely for him in the timing. They just moved fast as they saw the first player. This could have been bad, but now we've got the reinforcements here. Everybody's here, to be quite frank, and there's nothing to find for Eros, so they'll pivot off and leave.
A reset. And a re-clear. Out towards mid through the underpass. Shutout comes. And through the window, Silas searches. Wants to find some space back in towards mid, but he's taking a risk in doing so. He gets too close in that window. He's down below, could take his head, but for now he'll still have passive. Worried too about jungle. Full reset here for Disconnected.
Player in towards window, dropped. Stanislaw holding for that play, so that doesn't work out. Back in towards the B after the reset. Spermy going to set up a preemptive smoke with the flashbang ahead of it. And he's down for the count. Some damage done. A man advantage still available for Disconnected with that bomb to play off of. Eros might have a better time of things here. Checking for the window. Rezion does see the players. They are moving in. But Beaky's got them zoned out from catwalk if he goes around the corner. Eventually Disconnected are going to go for it. They're waiting for something. I'm not sure quite what. They don't have util, so they are going to be doing this dry regardless. And there's the peek. There's the push of Beaky off the ankle. And this is all falling apart on the take. Not winning their fights. And with no utility, they did need to win their fights. So it's going to be a clean hold. A 3v4 and not a player lost from Eros means that all 3 make it through to the next round.
And a 3rd round now. Pretty much in a row, where Eros has just been abusing this B bomb site. In that round, sure, they were initially dissuaded off of the hold from Spermy, but off the reset, they just re-hit in towards the B site and find the same exact success. And, well, something's got to change on the side of Disconnected in this round. Money not quite there to do it. They'll stay on this B site. 3 players ready, a fight towards the underpass, which does not work out. Only a dink, but Delta 9's hunting. He's pushed deep, deep past this B site. Won't go deep enough. That bomb will not be discovered. Those players for Eros will not be shown. So, despite the good control early on, the odds stay even, and the guns still favor Eros.
Eros is the god of love, in some senses. We'll see if Eros can find themselves a little bit of love here on the A site. There's 3 players. Beaky wants to go give him a big old kiss, and he's going to kiss the barrel of an op. Not looking good for them just now. And with the numbers dwindling, Disconnected will try and hold. Here comes the play. There's still plenty of utility for Eros. They can throw a full execute at this point. There. One Molotov in. The player balcony gets one, but one and done. It's all into Silas now. They will start to clear out the position. He's now been seen. Util starts to come in. It's a little bit late. Oh, and that drops the bomb in the open. The bomb swung. A smoke, fortunately, means they'll be able to recover it. With 23 seconds, that could have gotten hairy. But this bomb's now down, and I'd imagine Silas would want to save.
Surely. Surely he concedes this one. He will. Too much to bite off for this man. So Eros, 6th round now. This time, take that early mid control. Something that Disconnected really has not been fighting for. Too much whatsoever. So again, that space is given. It's an aggressive play over towards the apartments, an attempt to counter out the consistent plays on this B site. But it finds nothing. Only a man dying in the underpass. And sure, that gun was recovered. The M4 taken off the fallen teammate's body, but still not enough to win things through in the end. So Disconnected. Streak of rounds now working against him.
All right. 1 M4 and USPs. Single 5.7s. Fermi 3K with the 5.7. Calling it right now.
Bold prediction.
Bonkers
Very,
pistol.
very bold.
He's playing connector here. Be pretty tricky. It's
See,
okay.
if he had a Zeus, I'd believe, but with the USP, not so much.
Here's the thing, right? They've got one rifle, and they've put the
Okay.
rifle in a one and done bait angle. Oh, but it's gonna go pushing and get the kill. I was gonna say, put the rifle on the long angle, put the pistol in the bait angle. That makes a whole lot more sense to me. But the rifle did wind up pushing and getting the kill, so that's okay. Silas still deploying that M4, and Rezion with the op will bring back one in towards mid. They are playing slow on this one. They have
Very
identified the location of the rifle. Are they just going to go towards A since they know the gun's not there?
Do you fight the opponent you know, or
Nope.
the opponent you don't? With the rifle there, maybe there's a
Gotta
case to be
re-clear
made for
apartments.
containment of it, but they're heading
This-
back towards B.
This is really interesting. Disconnected have, in fact, given it up, but it's interesting to me that they want to spend all of their time re-clearing every possible corner in apartments because they're going to have to, and that's going to whittle a good another 25
Already
seconds
only
off the
30
clock,
seconds
right?
on this clock.
Yeah. All right.
This is a big issue.
They're going to execute in towards B, but I don't know how they're confident that there's not just a pistol around every corner in these apartments. 28 seconds. If the rifle just moves back towards
They're
B, I
trying to
think
run
they're...
back. Oh, this is going to be tight.
They're
On the
full
timing,
rotating with
20
20
seconds? They're
seconds
trying to
and
get
no
this
info?
done. Yeah, this is an interesting call.
It's gonna
That might just
work.
work out. 15 seconds. Bomb should be able to come down in time. It'll be damn close.
What?
Got out. 5 seconds. It's a foot race.
What? Oh
Wait,
my god, is
wait,
he actually gonna
wait,
lose the clock?
no!
He lost
They've
the clock?
lost the round
Did it? No, I
like
think he
this?
got it. I think he got it. I think he got it.
Oh, no!
No, they lost
No,
it!
they lost
Why?
it!
Why'd you do that, Eros? Why would you full rotate off of nothing with no information with that little time on the clock? In an anti-eco with one rifle on the other side. I don't understand. Look, a lot of these plays have been suspect, shall we say. That one is indefensible. First off, why do they go back into apartments? The one position on the map they know somebody was, and spend so long re-clearing apps if they're not going to execute on towards B. They didn't...
What a blunder.
That's
What
the
an
one that's
absolute
broken
blunder.
me. That's the one that's broken me. I do not understand what they're thinking. Did they just lose track of clock? Did they
Feels
not know
like
how much
it.
time there was? And they just full rotate with no information. There could have been a player ramp. There could have been a player palace. There could have been a player Tetris. There could have been a player under balcony. Any of those positions would have ruined their ability to plant, even
just
if
the
they
clock.
just tagged the bomb carrier once.
Yeah. these are unnecessary risks being taken and result in a loss. Mistakes were made, and now Beaky, they'll be the one to feast. A collateral over towards the ramp. And Eros has been completely shut down. Bombs on the floor. Who can recover it? Maybe Rezion, but he's too far forward. Wants to take a duel instead with the op. He's going for it. Needs to be a no-scope. It connects. But there's an instantaneous trade back in, and Spermy will hold the line. That round might have just been the straw that breaks the camel's back. Eros loses out on one that never should have slipped away. Now they lose the follow-up on the rifle round. Momentum is starting to swing in the favor of Disconnected, and the money is not good for Eros.
Alright, they're going to execute on towards A, kind of. They've got 2 smokes, 3 flashes to try and make this happen. They're going to run out with pistols. They got a bomb plant out of doing this with Glocks previously. Right? They got a bomb plant out of this kind of around. This time there's a player ticket, though, so it frankly shouldn't work in the same way. They're going to go over. Support's already here. They're even going past the smoke. Silas should be able to hold this, so they're going to try and walk up with this util. And they do get one. Bombs down. Can they get a plant out of this? I don't think so. But stranger things have already happened in this game of Counter-Strike. So, what do I know? Well, okay. This time, I did know. Logic prevailed. They got the 1 kill. No bomb plant. Rather unsuccessful round for Eros. You weren't expecting much, but they didn't really get anything.
Thus far, expectations higher than that one have been subverted. So, I'm not putting too much money either direction in this one. Still, 6-6. Disconnected. They were given an olive branch, an offering in that round to slip out of the hands of Eros, and now a chance to claim the better half here. As it will be the setup for an execute towards this A site. Single player over towards the apartments. What will be the timer on this hit? JT has position over towards Palace, so is ready to swing on out, but for Disconnected, Silas will play in close. Delta 9, now he's trapped forward. Past these smokes, has to fight in this one. Has a flash forward. Silas can buy more time off of this. It's a matter of how many he can get. Now it's just him down below in the underpass. He'll wait patience for a double. Surely no.
Oh, no.
Freshie whips around, finds a shot, a wallbang towards the player underneath. And now this is a free plant. And quite frankly, a free round. Disconnected, they'll be forced to save.
All right. Eros are at least going to get 7 on this half. Make it competitive. Make it challenging. To be fair, for Eros, we've seen a lot of issues here for Disconnected on their 2 sides in this map before, and they're not going to be able to save anything in this round. They actually got a fair amount of cash, so they should be fine to buy regardless, and there's only 2 rounds left in the half, but despite some odd rounds, when it's all said and done in the wash, Eros are not in a bad position to take this map.
Not whatsoever. Nuke looking possible, at the very least, but still, the game is young. We do find ourselves towards the end of this first half. Chance will try and take an aggressive swing. It does not work out, and Beaky is rewarded for his risk-taking. Finds a shot onto Freshie, so man advantage by 2. Swings the way of Disconnected.
Right. Minute 15 left. What are these 2 players trying to do? They're just going to throw smokes on towards A. They're going to throw smokes on towards A. Looks like that might be what they're doing. They do have a couple of smokes. To be fair, there is nobody ticket. This could actually make life difficult for these players. Silas just going to try and spam the angle. Throw a nade out. No one's in position to deny this. Maybe a bomb plant comes through here. They're clearing. Not a bad read, but JT gets an opener. Spam betrays Silas. It's just down to the 1. The nades, not as chunky as they perhaps looked on the mini-map. And this should be a plan. Some money at least secured for next round. But holding on to it, going to be a tricky question.
A fickle matter indeed. Stanislaw will sure this round on up. Find himself the final frag and the defuse. So we tie ourselves now up at the 7th round apiece for each of these squads. Eros try and play a bit slower, try and play a bit of a spread, and Disconnected just win their duels. An early fight out towards mid, an early fight from that AWP into the apartments. Both shots rewarded. And from there on out, it was just a matter of kind of the waterfall effect. Eros fighting forward one at a time, not able to succeed in duels, and the bomb plant was great. It was not enough for another round. So, Disconnected now. They'll have to hold on this A site. And again, they've lost an early man. Silas wants to fight past him. He knows he needs to, but the flashes are too good. He falls. The other op, though, Beaky does connect, but damage has been done. Push deep. It's Freshy for a double, and there's a reply. So back to a 2-on-2, and the bomb is never a part of this play. Shutout is still just holding in mid. Arrows have time for a reset. Minute 20. They'll probably be forced to concede this space on A if they want to grab that bomb, or do you wait? Have Shutout work his way back on through. That's the better play. AWP is posted on this line.
But here's the thing. Yeah, they're going to push back into this. They just peek this dry, which they do, of course. Oh, and Stan's going to go in dry as well. At a full kit of util. The op was off the angle, so maybe it'll work this time. Now he's thrown all of the util. Still hasn't gotten him anything.
Nothing at
all of it. Wait, arrows are rotating. Maybe they'll double back and just lose the clock again. No, I don't think so this time. I think they're just going to full rotate on towards B. And presumably get a bomb plant. Unless
well,
they
the
smell
presumption
something.
should be soon to become a reality, at least. That's what reason would tell you. A shutout will work his way on forward. Stan didn't have the read on it. It'll be a late rotation, full retake for the man, and as you previously stated, all his utility expended. There might be some on these bodies he can scamper together, but the retake's gonna be tough. What can he find? AK? Good upgrade. Utility, not quite as available. He'll work his way over towards the catwalk here. The setup is strong for Eros. AWP, is it on the right angle? No. Posted instead for the apartments, but in a position that can easily pivot its way on over to hold for Stanislaw once he breaks initial contact noise. Now to be heard. Eros realizes it, Shutout swings and denies it. Better half goes to Eros.
And we're back. We're back in, and despite a round with the single most head-scratching call I've ever seen made in a game of CS, Eros did emerge with a slim lead headed into half number 2. Disconnected are going to rock straight into the B site, and there are 4 players here ready to receive them, so they're going to get chewed up by these USBs, body strapping left, right, and center, and down they go. There was even some util. Didn't get a chance to use it much. Now it's all just left to Stanislaw, who has 4 players to deal with, a site with the bomb on it, and nothing but a Glock to help him out.
They didn't even open it up for him. They didn't even break it for him. So Stan has to take the long way, all the way back through CT spawn. By now, Eros is ready for this. Shutout is holding. He'll even swing this angle, maybe. Stan clearing. It could be rough on this one, but Stan has a head. Takes it to now a 1 versus 3. A P2K discover. Finds the shutters eventually. It opens up an exit path, but in order to exit through this one, he'll have to find the bomb first. A 12 pass behind. There's some left for him. HP, however, it's already quite low. 74 is what he's shipped on down to. Wants to take the move over towards the catwalk, and he'll amble his way on up. Has noise been made? Now it has. Pivot on over. They're aware of what is going on, and Stan will find another. Won't be enough. Eros taking the pistol. 9-7 now their lead.
So what do you do here if you're disconnected? Looks like a nade stack. Where does this go? 4 HEs purchased. Delta 9 actually invests all the way into the round, putting armor with head armor. And the tech behind this. They're going to nade window. Doesn't work. That was a major investment of this round, and they're all going to die in mid. All right. On to the next round. Quick run of that one. I don't mind the nade stack. I do kind of more mind the investment from Delta 9, but, you know, it's an idea. Quick nade stack in towards window. Problem is, Eros are playing far enough back that it doesn't really matter.
No, it does not. So, nothing really found off of that one. 10-7. Now where Eros finds themselves. Okay, Stanislaw will just execute Reziel on a quick shot. Snappy through the smoke. An early advantage for Disconnected in this one.
Double push in towards Bowles to take some information. It's not a bad read here. Obviously, they've given up mid, so here's the counter move from Eros. Now they got the space. They can presumably play off of it. Omniscient will leave it, just leaving Freshy to hold. Now, that's not terrible, except the problem is, in a future scenario where they lose A from mid, Freshy's MP9 is not so effective stuck in the palace. But I don't actually know what Disconnected are doing now. They are taking apartments. Looks like this is going to be a B finish. Player up on catwalk, I believe. Could still be underpass. I don't actually quite know where Stan is. Oh, he is up on catwalk. Okay. That's what I thought. And they are going to execute on towards B. 2 players ready to receive them, including JT Mythic, who is up in the boost spot. We saw this employed once in the first half. Didn't work then. See if it works now. Out they come flying. Player out towards Van. Hasn't been checked. The boost player gets 1, and it's looking good. Shot out still for the Van. Hasn't been cleared. Hasn't been checked, and he just kills everybody. So why not? Nothing doing in this round. Omniscient for the final, and that's going to be the round for Eros as they continue a steady defense here on Miragi.
They do. Good early way to get things rolling here for Eros. The rifle round to swing their favor off of the pistol in the conversion on through. Disconnected, starting to feel a little bit of trouble brewing in their waters, as it will just be the pistols to work with in this round. 2 smokes in Hulu to work with, and 1 already raining towards A. They're going to rush this, make an attempt at it. Freshy down below. How many can he get? That's a first. And now this bomb pretty far back. Rotation's already underway, but a nice shot to be found on the off angle. Checked, finds his. The gun is back on the floor, and the supportive elements have fully arrived, but still, Disconnected, they've bought themselves some space, and past the smoke, Silas will go. Timing, though, not there. Not able to find the shot, nor to be able to connect anything more, so Spermy now has a tough task of actually getting this bomb planted. Time, though, is good. Plenty of it to work with, but the nades, they'll push forward to fight. And Silas will fall on that one. Spermy, though, unaffected. Still healthy. And a bomb now to work with. It's on the floor. It's sticking in his favor, but the swing forward is expedient, and the first frag eventually found, but he's burning. Spermie's on fire. And the USP will be able to end it.
He almost pulled that off. I can't believe he gets 2 kills in that position, right? They've got a 3v1 where they know where the player is, and they have a Molotov, and he's in firebox, right? The volley just goes in. He's done for it, but he still managed to find 2 out of that position, and frankly, Eros gave him a chance to be able to seal the deal. Didn't quite pull it off, but getting 2 kills out of that position is impressive. Still, the end result is that Disconnected have not won a round since the half switch. It's only been 4 rounds, but this map could get away from them before they know it. Nice opener for Beaky. The attempted peek from Connector is shut down. Delta 9 looked like he wanted to go through the smoke, but so many smokes, eventually he'll lose himself in it. It's Omniscient. We'll wait and see if someone comes through. Oh boy, no one's watching above it. And so he just hops across the stairs and gets one.
Yep, and he's alive still. A molly forward work with Silas has to run from this one. The internetters are potent past the smoke. It doesn't even matter. Fade on through, still a frag. And the smoke now to support. Eros have an advantage now. And there's no real space for Disconnected. They had this presence in mid. Now they've had to concede it. Anywhere they go, it'll be a massive re-clear. JT Mythic on a close quarter in towards the apartments. You have Palace, but no information on who's actually at A or where they are. A still will be that destination. I'm looking to double back at least that direction early on. Maybe not. Smoke heads its way in towards that being said. The timing. Fresh is just going aggressive. Bomb is free. Delta 9! He does not get the trade. Freshy whips around, finds the second, and now the one man remaining is Spermie. He'll work his way out onto the balcony. Shutout checks it though. And Shutout denies it. 13th for Eros. How does Freshy get away with that?
I could say, but it would just be rude, so I'm not going to. What I am going to say is that it's looking a lot like Nuke here, because Disconnected, once again, are not getting a whole lot done on the T side of Mirage. Let's see where they go with this. See what they do. This is realistically one of their last good chances to take this map, to make something of it. Got the investment going in. They got decent money. Beaky will be limited, but sacrifices must be made in this situation. What's your call, Disconnected? This is a round you kind of have to have. So what's the ace in the hole? What's the guaranteed move here? What's the play? And can Eros hold it at bay? Smoke in towards the mid window. Gonna guess they take mid control, sit on mid control for a little while, and then figure out something to do. Oh, mid control taken. Omniscient wanted a peek. He didn't get it.
Yeah, and Silas is taking quite a bit of damage in this one. The utility continues to rain on in, but the man stays alive for the moment here. That first check mark on the to-do list has been crossed off. Mid-control takes game. Now bomb to be recovered. Disconnected. They want to take this one. Maybe not towards the A side. That was the initial indication for Delta 9, but I will double back. Let's again re-clear these apartments.
Yeah, let's talk about this, because it's going to be okay because no one's here. But Delta 9 just went, got the bomb, and then went alone into apps. Which
is completely unchecked. There could have been someone walked up deep. There could have been someone hiding behind the TV. There could have been someone working his way through underpass. That is another
Fortunately, he doesn't go deeper into apps. But my question is, if you're going to do that peek and then rotate off, why did you pick up the bomb? Just leave it down. Then go get the bomb now. Like, I'm confused. I'm just confused. So very, very, very confused. But anyways, it's going to be an execute on towards A. Here's going to come to play. They've got the players in connected. They're actually very well positioned for this at this point. The play, the little peek in towards apartments was not punished, so they're fine. No one's watching the window. Omniscient can walk out and catch this player in towards mid. Another player goes down in the connector. They've already lost 2 bodies before they've actually made their plan on towards site. Molotov is well timed. It means that the connector player can't help that. He's coming out ramp, and they're going to die. Beaky does get a kill towards mid. Maybe that's something, but it's a 2v4 at this point. They've got nothing going for them on the site. No smokes, no nothing. They are down for the count. This is over. Beaky's trying to save. He might be allowed to do so. They're chasing. He just gets around the corner. Can he run out the clock enough? Yes, he can. So at least there's an AK to take into this round, but there is really nothing doing. And once again, Disconnected do their classic. They take some mid control, and then they sit on it for a very long period of time. And by the time they finally execute, they don't really have enough to make it happen.
This has been the case for their Mirage for quite a while. I mean, we were talking about this literally in the pre-show. They take mid control, and they stagnate. And here and again, that's been happening round after round. Finally, we'll see something different and execute out towards A. It will be a retake play for Eros. Freshie can't really contest in this unless they give him a fight. They will. Delta 9 does win it. The Tech 9 running forward. Amali goes deep, so a gun recovered. A good chance in this one. As the bomb is already down, the space is good for the side of Disconnect, but there's still util to work with on this retake for Eros. And they're set up for at least some form of a pinch. Time, though, is their biggest nemesis. And 25% already off the clock. The nades are good. Continual pressure onto the retakers here. The CTs need to make their move eventually, but still the utility blocking. And Silas, another molly. You have to just fight through it, and sure, you find the first, but the trade, they're good into this 2 versus 2 now. We'll leave JT Mythic alone. He knows someone's in close, but the no-scope eludes him, so Disconnected steal one. Finally, something other than mid-control, and it works.
I don't know what the idea was on that no scope. Sorry for the laughter, but just
I suppose hoping that the RNG, you know, just take the wheel. Hope for
I
the
guess
best.
he was like pre-firing it because he wasn't around the corner when he clicked it. Maybe he thought through the wall would be enough to kill him. I don't know. It's madness here. It's madness, but it does mean that Disconnected get around that, of course, they desperately needed, because otherwise this map was pretty much over. The reinvestment will come through from Eros. Let's see what they can do here. Let's see what Disconnected can keep this up. They're going to throw a smoke for window. I can see Spermy lining it up already. He's ready for it.
I heckin' love mid control.
I do love a bit of mid control. They do love some mid control.
They do.
And mid control is important on Mirage. Don't get me wrong. Very useful.
But
it's just the meta has shifted a little bit.
This is fair. This is fair. And this is what we were talking about. Some maybe staler plays. You know, the cracker's been, you know, sitting in the closet. I don't think most people keep their crackers in the closet. Metaphor's dead. It's over.
Ah, yes. Go to the cracker closet. Get out our finest cracker.
Last time I actually met my grandma, we went to the cracker closet. Because that's a place you go to, you know?
I've heard of the barrel. I don't know
Unaffiliated.
I've heard of the closet before.
Unaffiliated.
It's just a really small cracker barrel. It's not large enough, so they have to call it the cracker
store
closet.
At like an outlet mall would be.
Yeah, that's the cracker closet. It's just a bar in a closet.
Interesting. Maybe you can get into the restaurant business. You have the ideas at least. And Rezion had an opportunity there.
Here comes
Will
the
be
play
missed
up.
for now. The play's forward. Smokes to blind. But Rezion's very close into this one. And Omniscient has found the first Spermy down. Now the pressure on the remainder of these teams. The flash, not good enough. Stanislaw takes one down still. A second player was there, and Rezion connects with AWP. He'll find a second. The bomb is on the floor in this round. Well, it seems to be over, but Silas, he's still putting in work. They've given him 2 fights, and he'll take them both victorious. A jump in towards the window. This man wants to duel, but there's no bomb. No time. This one's over. 15 seconds. It slipped away. It's eluded him.
He went for the window play. He must not have realized the clock. He had to get the bomb there. He does not have time now. He has lost the clock. The only thing JT has to do is not fight him. Rezion is giving him the fight. They're even going to kill him. I don't know why. If you looked at the clock, you would have won it just purely on time. They do give him the fight, and they do take it at the very least. So, 15 rounds now on the board. Disconnected have only taken 1 round since the half switch. You've got to imagine this one's done and dusted. They will, of course, try and battle it back to overtime, but I just don't see a world where that is particularly possible. Not with what they've shown us so far. They'll try, though.
Have been rough.
And look at this, Mimi. They haven't gone in towards mid. Is that legal? Is that allowed?
I don't know. Feels odd.
It's an
They're gonna
app
try
top.
again towards A. The one round that they found success, they're walking into a meat grinder. MP9 for 1. Trade's good, I suppose, and Rezion doesn't really have the utility to fight this. Will Flash to sustain? Did they pressure him deep? Yeah. Molly down, he has a smoke, and he's alive. The spam not doing enough damage, so Rezion just dances around and looks to sustain. He'll do just that. Support now in, but finally, the Opper falls. Bomb still yet to be planted, but it's because there's an extension for Disconnected, and it's just not working. The spray down through the smoke, omniscient for a single frag, and he knows that Fermi is fast approaching. He'll take the man down, and Stanislaw is alone. No chance for him. A third map, that's what's secured for Eros.
Another pretty brutal map of Counter-Strike, to be quite honest. But this time, Eros much more decisive, and they do take it through pretty commandingly in the second half as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the second half, it was a solid defense from Eros, but also a ton of the issues that we were kind of expecting coming in from Disconnected. But yeah, no, they do take it through. Both T sides having some issues. Obviously coming on in. I don't quite know what to make, heads or tails, of that Mirage map there. Maybe.
Yeah, well, I suppose we can talk about the things that we did see. And first of all, it was Disconnected, falling into the same vices we have seen over and over again on this map. It's the slow mid control, nothing much to follow up off of it. The very lethargic play style that doesn't find anything. I mean, it was a commanding CT side, some impressive individual performances, but the thing is, there was no room for error given to themselves by Disconnected. They were leaving no extra time, no extra opportunity on the clock, and they lacked information. That's not to say the mistakes were one sided. We saw some very troll rounds, let's be honest, from the other side. I think of a certain one with the last second rotation and, the clock winning things on out. But regardless, I mean, the players who needed to be hitting were hitting for the side of Eros. And once we switched on over to the CT side, when the clock was working for them, when they had that extra 6th player in the back pocket, things looked good. Consistently able to shut down the rushes on that B site. Well, they weren't necessarily contesting the mid control. They have good re-clears back in towards the late round. I mean, just looking solid at capitalizing off the mistakes, and sometimes that's just the best you can ask for.
Sometimes that is the best you can ask for. Now we're moving in towards Nuke, and this is going to be interesting. So just for some context here, Eros have not won a map of Nuke in an official that I can find in the last 3 months. So their Nuke has not been great of late.
No.
And Disconnected have played it exactly once in the entirety of the roster's existence. They lost to Strife 16-13, which is a better scoreline, to be quite frank, than I would have expected before I clicked on that matchup. So I'm kind of curious about what we're going to get here on Nuke. We will find out in just a little bit, though. We're going to take a break, folks, and when we come back, it'll be time for map number 3.